So in this video, I want to talk about our inner child. I want to talk about the wounded child, the shadow self, the parts of us that often we like to ignore, deny, distract ourselves from, just pretend it doesn't exist. But that is what causes our pain in the here and now. We all have a wounded inner child. Everybody that is on this earth school, due to the subconscious programs of lack, fear and separation that have been woven into every aspect of our lives, into our schooling system, into religion, into culture, into society, through the media, through TV. We're all indoctrinated into these fear programs, and then they're passed on from person to person unconsciously until we wake up, right? So we have these wounded children that have experienced trauma, and when we experience trauma, when we feel like we are not good enough, in whatever way that is being manifest for you, then parts of ourselves get stuck on these timelines, and it causes the memory of it, whether it's conscious or unconscious, the memory of it in our psyche, in our energy field, in our bodies, creates distortion in and out, creates a feeling, it creates a pain inside. It's like there's something missing. We feel like we're searching for missing pieces, and often we project that onto others, and we think that somebody else can give that to us. We're searching for a product, a person, a teacher, someone who can give that to us, that can plug that feeling, that longing inside, that pain inside. But really what it is it's who we're actually searching for is ourself. We're searching to make the self to feel whole again. So if you can think of yourself as think of yourself as, your body is a divine technology. You have a mind and you have a body, but you are soul. But we are taught the opposite, right? We are taught, and we believe for a long time we are the mind, we are the body, and we do not have the soul. But it's the opposite. And you are a piece of artwork being expressed uniquely into this physical reality. You are consciousness. You are a part of God source consciousness, as I like to say, or however resonates with you. And you are an exquisite piece of art expressing yourself into this universe. And we are all a part of this. We are all a piece of the whole artwork that is creation. But also within ourselves, we are our own unique artwork. And every piece of us, everything we've experienced in this life and in past lives, everything we've experienced is a piece, a pixel of that exquisite artwork. And as we're going through experience, when parts of those memories, because it's imprinted in our energy fields, right? We think time is linear, but time is not linear. Time is linear from a 3D lower consciousness perspective. But as we start to expand our consciousness, which is happening now actually naturally on the planet due to the influxes of light codes that we're getting right now, the earth is ascending and we are ascending with the earth. But as we raise our consciousness, we realize we are multidimensional beings. We realize that time doesn't really exist, and when we experience these moments, these memories, the trauma of our experiences through childhood of not being good enough, not measuring up to what these lack fear programs have told us we are and should be, it creates these frozen aspects of us. So it's like parts of us are missing and we don't feel whole, and that's what creates the discomfort in the now. That's what creates all the fear and all the doubt and all the not good enough because parts of us are there. So when we do inner child work, we are going into those timelines and we are acknowledging the parts of us that we have abandoned, that we have rejected, that we have denied, that we have ignored. So when we feel abandoned in the now, it's actually usually a reflection of the fact that we have abandoned ourselves, parts of us, child parts of us we have abandoned. So when we do the inner child work, we're going back onto those timelines and we're collapsing those timelines. We're acknowledging those parts of us. We're seeing the truth of who we are, which is innocent. We are all innocent children of God's source consciousness that have been programmed to believe with something that we are not good enough. That couldn't be further from the truth about who we are. We are human beings, light beings, multidimensional. We've completely forgot that, but we're waking up to that. So we go back onto these timelines and we reparent. We use our consciousness, our parent aspect, and we reparent that child back in. We bring that piece, all those pieces that are stuck on those timelines, we bring them back into the self and we feel whole again. And we connect back to our divinity, to our wholeness, and we heal those parts and we literally rewrite that memory, because we don't just exist in the now, we exist in different dimensions. So we rewrite it, we collapse those timelines and we dissolve those lack programs in the now. So inner child work is so powerful. It's I love working with my clients on inner child work in deep meditation and hypnosis because it opens you up to so much stuff. It's obviously powerful healing, but I just wanted to bring the inner child into your awareness because by acknowledging that we can start to heal. So ways you can really acknowledge your inner child, one really lovely thing is to find a picture of yourself as a child and carry it around with you and look at that child in the eyes and remember that the child is innocent. So in the now, when you're in a situation, if you're being harsh to yourself, you're being critical to yourself, you're being negative to yourself, that's the inner child that feels those things about the self. It's the inner child that's saying, I'm not enough, that's wounded, that's stuck on those timelines. It's the memory of the past, the experiences, which were not really who you are. And it was passed on by unconscious beings, but you can become conscious of that and realize those experiences that taught you that you weren't good enough, that's not the truth of who you are. So as you're feeling those things in the present moment, look at that photo and remember you are an innocent child of the universe. Remember you are a multidimensional being. You come from God's source consciousness. You are godliness. You have a fragment, a spark of God inside of you, of conscious life force energy. Remember that's who you are and think, how would I speak to a child that was feeling that way, because that's the part that's coming out. And whether it's been reflected to you at work where you don't feel good enough and you're being harsh to yourself, telling yourself you're not good enough, you're stupid, whatever those things are, remember who you are. Look at that picture, remember who you are and think, hold on, how can I recognize that part that's saying that is the inner child? Now think, how can I reparent that part of me? How can I be, what can I say? And think and if you've got children, you can think about what would you say to your own child and say those things. Choose to say those things. Be loving to the self. Be nurturing to the self. Remind the self who you really are. And the more that you do that, the more that you realize when you feel these triggers in the now, that you become conscious and don't react to the triggers. Just take a breath and realize, that comes from a memory of the past. That's not who I really am. That is the inner wounded child that's coming up. It's my job now to reparent that child, be loving, to be nurturing, to tell it who it really is. And the more that you do that, the more it starts to heal, the more it feels safe, and the less you will be triggered, and the more you'll move into your own divinity, the more you'll become whole. And other things you can do to honor the inner child is to do things that you love to do as a child. So what did you love to do? Dance, sing, run around, colour, ride a bike. What did you love to do? Be carefree, do those things, have fun, indulge the inner child. So that's also something lovely that you can do for the inner child. Obviously, if you're interested in going deeper in your healing work, you can obviously get in touch with me, and I can certainly help you collapse those timelines and heal those false beliefs about who you really are.